Hi, I'm John, and I'm back on another episode of Chalkboard. For this episode, I thought we would talk about the Industrial Revolution 4.0 because this was something that's been thrown about for the last couple of years and everybody's talking about this. So, what exactly is the Industrial Revolution 4.0 or IR 4.0 for short? IR 4.0. If it's 4.0, it stands to reason that there was 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and then 4.0. So what was the IR 1, 2, and 3? Well, in simple layman terms, IR 1.0 was when the steam engine came into place. When steam revolutionized the way we did work and the way the world behaved at that point in time. And IR 2.0 happened when electricity came into picture, when you could flip a switch and ta-da, your lights came on. IR 3.0 happened when the internet was created, when people could go online and reach around the world and the global audience became something that was at your doorstep rather than 20 hours away on a jet plane. So what is IR 4.0? Well, in simple terms, it basically means that this is where man and machine comes together. Automation. We talk about artificial intelligence. We talk about robotics, where man and machine no longer become separated, but is essentially one. That's IR 4.0. If that's the case, then where are we in Malaysia? Are we at IR 4.0? Well, the truth of the matter is we really don't have a choice. We are at IR 4.0 simply because this revolution happens on a global scale. If you talk about the readiness for IR 4.0 now, that's a different story altogether. Now, my personal take, and you may disagree with me on this, is that we aren't quite ready for the Industrial Revolution 4.0 at this point in time. We've been protected in a way, and that's dangerous. Because when IR 4.0 comes, it's going to come as a wave and it's going to hit us before we even know it. What do we do? Well, first you've got to assess. Assessment of what? Well, assessment of what are the jobs that are going to be endangered, for lack of a better word. Because when IR 4.0 comes, and it's general knowledge, that the jobs that are going to go first are the ones that are routine, that are mundane, that are easily replicated by the use of robots. So if your job isn't in that category, good for you. Understanding and assessing is of no good without acting. What do you act on? Well, the World Economic Forum listed in, I believe, last year's report, skill sets that will be required in the year 2020. And among those skill sets were things that robotics at this point in time would find very difficult to replicate. So deep problem-solving skills, ability to innovate, and so on and so forth. Do yourself a favor, go check out that article. Now, it stands to reason that the technology itself is going to be available for everybody. So what is left for the human part to do is to innovate using that technology. We've recently invested in an organization that uses artificial intelligence to help a person understand more about their own personality profile. Now, personality profiles have been around for decades, but using this new function, this company that we've invested in is now able to create an even more holistic viewpoint of what the individual actually looks like to themselves. The question is, what happens if we don't do this? What happens if we don't keep up with the times? What happens if we just sort of, stick to where we are and doing what we do at this point in time? That should be okay, right? Nothing's gonna come to us. I don't need to be at the forefront of technology. I'm just gonna cruise along at my own speed. Well, here's the bad news. When the wave hits, the wave doesn't really care whether you're sitting there paddling or whether you're there playing in the shallows. The wave's gonna hit, it's gonna hit. So the downside of not doing anything in preparation for IR 4.0 or even in keeping up with IR 4.0 because it's already here is total obsolescence. We become obsolete as an individual, we become obsolete as an organization. The services that we provide will become obsolete. And the scary thing is, it's going to happen faster than you think. So as an individual, I would really suggest that you relook the work that you're doing and the way that the work is being done right now. And you relook the skill sets that you're building. Are you spending time building skill sets that are going to be future-proof? Or are you just cruising along doing what you've always done? In which case, I would get to work on building those skill sets immediately.